This story is not easy to hear. It carries pain, cold, and cruelty. If such things are too heavy for you, please do not continue. But if you choose to listen, you will walk with me through the truth. The first thing they take from you is your name, then your face, then your life. In the camp, we became numbers. Numbers shouted, numbers counted, numbers thrown aside. But I was alive, and as long as I breathed, one question burned inside me. Why? Why must I suffer? Why must I live like this? I will never forget the night. The train stopped. The doors slid open, and a cold wind hit us like knives. We had been packed together for days. The smell of sweat, sickness, and fear filled the air. I could barely move. My body pressed against others, skin to skin, sharing in the misery of the crowd. The SS guards' boots were a sound of fear. You might be curious, who exactly are the SS guards? I'll break it down for you. SS is the short form of Schutzstaffel, the German words, meaning protection squad. The word squad means a small team of soldiers. The SS were soldiers in charge of prisoners in Nazi concentration camps during World War II. They worked for Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. These guards were very cruel and strict. They watched the prisoners, gave orders, and punished anyone who disobeyed. They could hurt or even kill prisoners. So everyone lived in fear. When we heard the sound of SS boots coming closer, we felt terrified because we never knew what would happen to us next. Dogs barked. Rifles glinted in the dim light. People around me were crying silently, holding hands, trying to stay close to family. I didn't know what would happen next. My heart beat faster than ever. Then came the line. One by one, prisoners were ordered to stand left or right. Left meant death. Right meant work. I stepped forward. The officer's hand flicked to the right. My heart jumped. I did not know it then, But that moment saved my life. Inside, we were stripped of everything. Our clothes, our hair, our dignity. Numbers were written on our arms. We were not men, not women, just shadows. I remember the cold touch of the razor against my skin. I tried to hold myself together, but fear was everywhere around me. Other prisoners tried to hide, to cover themselves. But the SS guard did not care. "You are nothing," they shouted. "You have no names, no future. You belong to us now." Something inside me broke. But something deeper inside whispered, "Do not let them take everything. Hold on to your mind, your spirit, your thoughts." Time felt unclear. We lost track of it. From sunrise to sunset, we marched through snow. This work had no purpose. We carried heavy stones from one place to another, and the next day, we carried them back again. We dug huge holes, then filled them up, only to dig them again. We moved sand from one pile to another, for no reason at all. The truth is, they only wanted to break people. They wanted prisoners to feel weak, hopeless, and controlled. One false move, one stumble, and you could be beaten, even killed. And then there were the Capos. Their eyes were empty, but their cruelty was alive. Capos were prisoners chosen by the SS guards to watch over the others. SS guards are outsiders with authority, and Capos are insiders. They're part of the prisoner group, but act as supervisors. Many were former criminals, selected for their ability to be brutal and violent. They were given small privileges, extra food, better clothes, fewer beatings, in exchange for punishing and controlling fellow prisoners. Some Capos even lived better than the SS guards, gaining weight while others starved. To survive, they became harsher than the SS themselves, because showing mercy or weakness could cost them their life or position. The Nazis designed it this way so that prisoners, divided and afraid, could never unite or fight back. To see one of our own turned into an abuser was a pain sharper than any whip. Sometimes I looked into their eyes in the cold morning. In their eyes, I saw what any of us could become if we gave up and let fear take over. The betrayal stung deeper than hunger, deeper than frostbite, deeper than the endless night. It was a warning. Fear could turn any man into a monster. And the days dragged on with new torments. The prisoners' bodies were left in the snow. They were too weak to move, weighed down by hunger, cold, and exhaustion. Some could not even lift their heads, lying as if the cold had stolen their soul. Some lay silent, staring blankly at the gray sky. Their eyes looked lost, mirrors of pain and horror. Their lips were blue, fingers stiff from frostbite, and their clothes soaked with snow. Hunger was constant. We got only a tiny bowl of watery soup and a thin slice of bread, barely enough for a single bite to share among many men. Sometimes there was nothing at all for many days. My stomach burned, yet the emptiness in our hearts felt heavier than any hunger. In the camp, even the little hope we had seemed gone. We became silent. We became numb, as if our hearts were frozen, along with our bodies. Apathy spread like a disease. The word apathy means not caring about anything. No emotions, no interest, no energy to react. If someone is hurt, you don't cry. You don't help. You don't even feel sad. It's stronger than just being calm. It's like your feelings are gone, empty, frozen. It creeps in slowly until you don't notice it, taking over. The screams, the cries, the desperation. It no longer moved us. Even grief became a stranger. We started to watch without reacting, as if we were ghosts among the living. The fear, the pain, the hunger, they all became part of the silence inside us. Bodies were dragged away. We did not scream. We did not fight. We did not care. That was the true horror. Apathy replaced anger. Numbness replaced pain. In that moment, all of us were already half dead. I learned something then. The body can endure almost anything, but when the spirit breaks, death comes quickly. Even in this hell, small acts of kindness happened. One night, a man pressed half of his bread into my hand. His body shook with hunger, but he gave. "Take it," he whispered. "You need it more than I do." I wanted to refuse, but his eyes told me to take it. In that moment, surrounded by cruelty, that act of kindness became stronger than any whip or rifle. I wrote in my mind, even here, we are still human. Then came winter. Cold, like nothing I had known. Snow that reached our knees. Our clothes were old, torn, and falling apart, offering almost no warmth in the freezing cold. Every gust of wind cut through us, and each step in the snow reminded us how fragile and exposed we were. Shoes full of holes. The snow crept in, soaking our feet until they were numb. Each step felt like walking barefoot on knives of ice. Frostbite claimed our toes and fingers. The SS guards were always watching. Their eyes searched for weakness. When they found it, the punishment began. I remember one man whose feet had turned black from frostbite. He could barely stand. The guard ordered him forward. Then, with a knife, he began cutting. One toe, then another. The sound was soft, like cloth tearing. But the man's choked cry broke through the frozen air. The guard kept going, cut by cut. His face was pale, his body trembling. Yet no one dared to look too long. We kept our eyes down, our mouths closed. The cutting did not stop until the man could no longer move. His feet were ruined. His body collapsed into the snow. Then the guards dragged him away. One morning, some prisoners were chosen. Weak, sick, unable to work. We all knew. Gas chambers. Death. I saw a father cling to his son. The guards tore them apart. The boy screamed. The man shouted. And then they were gone. The boy walked silently after that. His eyes were hollow. His face looked empty. Weeks later, he collapsed. He never got up again. The guards wanted us to believe life was meaningless, that we were nothing. But in the middle of despair, a thought struck me. What if meaning exists even in suffering? I didn't know the answer yet, but the question kept me alive. Even in darkness, small acts reminded us we were human. A man shared his blanket. Another whispered a joke. A woman gave me bread, silently. These small acts became fire in the dark. They gave strength. They gave reason. moved on. We carried the last hope. Every day I asked, how much can a human endure? And still we lived. The body broke, but the spirit refused to die. Even when the body ached, even when the world seemed lost. Then, silence. The SS guards were gone. No shouting, no beatings, no fear. At first, it felt unreal. We moved cautiously, slowly. Eyes down, hearts trembling. And then we realized the war had ended. The guards had fled. We were free. People walked. People cried. People laughed. Some stared at the sky, unable to believe it. Freedom felt strange, almost foreign. Our bodies were weak, our minds fragile, but the chains were gone. The world outside had returned. Even in the darkest darkness, I understood. The human spirit can survive almost anything, and yet it is fragile, precious. But surviving was not enough. A new question burned inside me. How do we find meaning after everything we've lost and gone through? How do we rebuild not just our bodies, but our hearts? That is when I discovered something. Something that would change everything. Something called logotherapy. In part 2, you will see how, even after horror, the human spirit can find purpose, hope, and the strength to live again.